Yesterday, Kendall Graveman played the role of savior as he was recalled from Nashville and mowed down the Rays here at Tropicana Field, snapping the A's 4-game losing streak with an outstanding performance on the hill. Today, the green and gold will turn to their true ace, Sonny Gray. He will look to rebound and get back in the win column, making that flight back to the East Bay just a little bit sweeter. It's Sunday morning baseball from Florida. A's and the Rays next.
Final game of the road trip in St. Petersburg. We're at Tropicana Field. Sonny Gray is going to take them on today. A's won yesterday thanks to a shutout. They'll try to make it 2 in a row today. It's the Oakland A's and the Tampa Bay Rays, and it's coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Well, good morning to everybody back in the Bay Area. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Ray Fossey. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Sonny Gray making his 10th start of the year. And Ray, he's really pitched well lately. He just doesn't have any wins to show for it. Not a lot of run support.
And run support is the biggest problem. I would think watching yesterday's game when the A's scored 5 runs, he had to be thinking, that's great, just give me half of that the way he's been pitching, because he's been outstanding. His earned run average is very good. He's won his first 4 games. Unfortunately, last 2 he has not won, and because of that, mostly because of the lack of run support. So get him some runs. He's a great pitcher, and I think he'll try to win this afternoon, this final game, to try to have that happy flight heading home.
Now, from 2011 to 2013, Sam Fuld was a Tampa Bay Ray, and he was a very popular player here in St. Petersburg, and it looks like from this series, he likes playing here.
Absolutely. They called him Super Salmon for a reason. Great play, played to carry him off the wall. Perfect throw to second base to get the runner going there. And how about this play to left field? Tagged up perfectly, and the throw right on the money. And there's Super Sam again. Just a tremendous job. And then the play that he made with Scribner on the mound again yesterday, as he did in Houston at Towles Hill. Another great play here yesterday. And, oh, by the way, he swung the bat. Well, this is probably for him as big as anything, because he came through with a big hit against a lefty. That would end up plating 3 runs to help the A's at that point take a 4-0 lead. So Sam did it all yesterday. He's back in left field again today, and I agree with you. I think he likes it here.
And he's batting 9th in the A's lineup this afternoon. So the A's are trying to win 2 games in a row for just the second time this year. Let's hope they can do it behind Sonny Gray. Up next, we'll take a trip back inside to the A's pregame live studios and then back to St. Petersburg for the ball game.
Brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's hottest sandwich is back. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. By Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places. And by DraftKings.com. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com with the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Enter promo code SLIDER for free entry.
So Sonny Gray is set to go, and so are the Athletics for the fourth and final game of the series. Gray will be opposed by that man, Erasmo Ramirez. That's right, that's the Erasmo Ramirez that used to pitch for the Seattle Mariners. So he has faced the Athletics before. Here's the game time weather for today, presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 88 degrees and high humidity and indoors, and we're heading out of here after the ball game to get back home to the cool, comfortable weather. And the A's hope that the flight home is a happy one. See if they can win their second game in a row. Lineup today for the Athletics starts with Billy Burns in center. Marcus Simeon's the shortstop. Then it's Reddick, Vogt. Stephen Vogt in the cleanup spot today. Billy Butler drops to the 5th spot. And then Muncy, Canna, Sogard in full.
Erasmo Ramirez, and he will look at this lineup and see about 5 that he's never faced. There are 4 familiar faces that he has faced as a member of the Mariners, but for this right-hander, not really overpowering. He will throw an assortment of pitches. Of course, the 2- and 4-seam fastball, the sinker, along with the 4-seam, curveball, slider, changeup. And, of course, for him, he's trying to get a win and show what he can do, because there's some other guys maybe eventually coming back. Yep. And so Carnes yesterday, Ramirez today. A couple of guys you normally don't see in this rotation.
Defensively for the Rays, Geyer in left, Kiermaier in center, Souza in right, so a very good outfield. Longoria, Cabrera, Forsythe, and Loney on the infield, and Bobby Wilson is the catcher. So the Rays won on Thursday night. They won on Friday night. A's bounced back with a shutout yesterday. We'll see what happens today as Erasmo Ramirez kicks, and the first pitch of the game is hit high in the air to right field. Souza's going back, and that baby is gone. Billy Burns with a home run on the first pitch of the game.
Well, let's see what happens in the dugout. They may be just happy to get a run on the board in the first at bat, first pitch of the game. Smile on the face. He got his first Major League ribby yesterday. And how about his first swing this afternoon? You know, one thing he said with all the outfield playing him so shallow, he said, well, maybe I have to hit a little bit harder. I don't think anybody expected that.
So Burns, first big league home run, and he does it on the first pitch. How about that? So 1-0 A's.
Well, we have seen him often since he has returned, and that is a swing early in the count. How about a fastball belt high? And normally opposite field hit him, but they're playing him so shallow. Decided to pull, and pull it he did.
That one takes a tricky hop, but Longoria stays with it, and he throws out Marcus Simeon.
Well, I'm really shocked, even more so, because he's a free swinger, and give him credit for doing that. But the fact that he continues to get first pitch fastballs as a leadoff hitter, leading off a game, and then he does this, and we'll see if it changes in the future. But that wasn't a cheapie either. That wasn't just the front row. Several rows.
So second home run in this series for the A's, and here's Reddick. Takes a strike. 306 for Reddick, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. The RBIs are 9th best in the American League. Chases that one 0-2.
He scored late yesterday thanks to a couple of big hits by a couple of lefties, and scoring in the first inning, first at bat today. It's a good start for the A's, and especially Sonny Gray.
0-2 pitch is popped up to shallow left. It's Longoria who's going out, and with the shift on, Longoria makes the play for the second out. And that'll bring up Stephen Vogt, hitting in the cleanup spot today.
About that, Kite. Yesterday he gets his first Major League run batted in on a bases loaded walk. Ramiro walked 4 consecutive batters after getting the first 2 outs in the inning in the 8th inning. And then today, in his first swing, gets his first major league home run.
So here's Vogt, 309, 10 homers, 31 RBIs. I bet he enjoyed this RBI more than the RBI last night.
Oh.
Look at Stephen Vogt all over the American League leaderboards. 5th in home runs, 3rd in RBIs, on base percentage, slugging percentage. In this series, he's 3 for 9 with a home run. He's come in with a 15-30 record. They're 2-4 on this trip and trying to win back-to-back games for second time this year. First time was April 13th and 14th. So that was a long time ago. These are 10-16 on the road. Three-one pitch. Missed inside, and it's a 2-out walk for Vogt.
I think what we have learned with these umpires and the way they set up on the shoulder, depending on the hitter, in this case, the right shoulder, a left-handed batter. Now Joe West will move over to the left shoulder, Bobby Wilson. They're very critical on the pitch on the inside because that pitch, 3-1, that's why Vogt hesitated. I think he thought it was a strike, but evidently just off the plate, according to Big Joe. And he would know. See how he's set up there. So the inside part of the plate is one that he will notice and see. It almost has to be some part on the white. And of course, the black extends, but the black is covered up. 17 inches wide is the plate. And at one time, you could see the black edge around home plate, but you don't see it anymore, just the white part.
So what you're saying is you have a better chance of getting maybe a wide strike called.
Yep.
Away,
that's right,
as opposed to in, because he's going to be a little more critical on the pitch in because he's sitting right there.
Absolutely. You can see the angle in which Joe is looking at the outside part of the plate. And I think, in all honesty, and although it has changed with the grading of umpires and the way they call balls and strikes, but took a little bit off that pitch. But reputation of a pitcher being able to throw strikes determines a lot on that outside part of the plate, whether it's going to be called a strike or not.
So I don't want to say that it's not the right word, guessing, but so they're going to give you a little bit more on the outside because they just don't have the straight on look at it.
I have had umpires actually use that word. So it's not a wrong word that you're using. I've actually had umpires would tell me that.
Yeah.
And this was before they started the Quest Tech and the grading and based on pitches and how they're thrown.
Base hit right field. Stephen Vogt is going to stop at second base. The throw is airmailed. Terrible throw from Souza. Like he just lobbed it in. So first and second, 2 outs. He may have not had a good grip on it.
Well, and he also might have been thinking breaking ball, Billy Butler, to hit the fastball the way he did to the opposite field. And there's no way Stephen Vogt's going to try to run on anybody, especially the arm of Souza. But you're right, he airmailed it. I guess the wet conditions on the field. No, it's a
I don't think that's the issue. He looked at his fingers after, and maybe he just didn't have a good grip on it.
You know, maybe you should watch some of these pitchers, what they're putting on their arms.
Another one got it.
Yes, he did.
Brian Mattis from the Orioles ejected. Foreign substance on the arm. A line drive, broken bat right to the shortstop Cabrera, who was playing behind second base. Side retired. Billy Burns with his first big league home run, and he did it on the first pitch of the game. Here it is. So the A's lead 1-0 after half an inning. This is their lineup: Kiermaier, Souza, Longoria, Loney, Forsythe, DeJesus, Cabrera, Geyer, and Wilson.
And for Sonny Gray, trying to even the series, want to win today, and also to try to pick up his 5th, as he's lost his last 2, but the run support has not been where he would like it. A couple of home runs that he's given up. Ackley early, Carter in his last start, and that was a slider that didn't really do that much to Chris Carter that he hit from the 3-2 pitch, a 2-run shot.
First pitch to Kevin Kiermaier is low. 246, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs for Kiermaier. He's 3 for 9 in the series. Very fast. And he swings and misses. 1-1 the count. So an early shutdown inning opportunity for Sonny Gray. He's been good so far. 14 out of 60. Hit high in the air and foul.
Well, Ken, how about the shift? Watch Max Muncy. It's a ball. Hey, base hit up the middle, RBI, and goes, you got to be kidding me. What is this? Get used to it, because they shifted him when he first came up. So they must have known something. They being teams that the A's first started, Houston. But, I mean, this club, as we have pointed out in this series, probably will shift more than anybody. And, you know, you hit a ball and you say, I'm right on it, base hit up the middle, and there's a shortstop right behind the bag.
2-2 to Kiermaier. Chopped slowly. It's going to be a tough play for Sogard. He barehands. He throws. Not in time. Good effort by Sogard. Really, the only chance he had was to barehand it. Kiermaier, who gets out of that left-handed hitter's batter's box quickly, as an infield hit.
But once he got over to Sonny Gray's head, and he is a very good athlete, but at that point it was a tough play for Sogard. He made it as well as he could have, but the speed out of the left-handed batter's box. That is flying for Kiermaier.
So Kiermaier's aboard here. Steven Souza. Kiermaier has a couple of steals this year. He's 2 for 3. Souza hits one high and foul.
Drown it. This is a tough roof today.
A little earlier start time. Obviously, yesterday it was 4 o'clock local time first pitch. And today, 1 o'clock.
And as you pointed out at the beginning of the series, the baseballs, while they're rubbed up to take the sheen off, they're the same color as this roof.
They are the same color.
Yeah. And you just, it's very hard to take your eye off the ball and try to stay on it.
Fastball, swing and a miss. 0-2. 224, 7 homers, 17 RBIs for Souza. One of those home runs in this series. In fact, that's his only hit in the series. He's 1 for 9. Fouls that one straight back. He's also struck out 7 times in this series. But a talented young man. He's a very good outfielder, lots of power. So you can see why the Rays like him and why they wanted him to take the place of Will Myers. Interesting. The Rays soured on Will Myers a little bit.
They gave him a lot to get him.
You got to read between the lines a little bit. And you hear some of the talk around here. Looks like he didn't quite fit the Rays mold. He's on the disabled list with the Padres. Another pop-up. Muncy may have a play. Canna, excuse me. Canna's at first base. Muncy's at third.
I remember yesterday, Souza did the same thing and fouled off some tough pitches and ended up walking on a 3-2. But Canna took a peek, saw how close he was, and said, tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon at the Coliseum, that's an out. A little bit more foul territory at the Coliseum than here at the Trop. It's outdoors, and that's going to feel so good.
So another 0-2 to Souza. And he hits it to Gray, who spins out at second. Throw back to first. Not in time. Throw was a little off the mark at second base. Simeon had a backhand it near the ground. So Souza aboard on the fielder's choice. Quick look at the A's defense. Full, Burns, and Reddick in the outfield. Muncy Semien, Sogard, Canna on the infield with Vogt doing the catching.
Well, the one thing that Marcus Semien does here, it was a low throw. Sonny Gray should have been a double play, but he threw a low one almost behind Semien. But the best thing he did, he caught the ball and got one out. He did not try to hurry and get something that might have been impossible based on the throw he got from his pitcher. He did talk to him, and maybe to confirm, and if he talked to him maybe before that at-bat started by Souza, I don't know, maybe Gray didn't turn around and find out who was going to be covering because there was a slight hesitancy as far as him throwing. But at least got the lead runner, and been nice to turn two, but that's one thing Marcus Semien learned already. Don't try to develop something that's impossible.
So 0-1 to Longoria. Longoria 281 with 5 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Hit in the air toward Burns. Longoria reached for it a little bit, and that's out number 2.
First baseman, number 21.
And again, the throw, look how he had to reach back, and again, catch the ball first, get the one out, and then if you get 2, that's fine. And Sonny said, yep, he knew it. Low throw, and now he just needs to get the big man out and get back to the dugout, still with a 1-run lead.
So I've heard this theory before on when you spin around and you throw to a bag like that play where you're seeing 4 different people. You're seeing a shortstop,
right,
you're seeing a second baseman, you're seeing a runner, and you're seeing an umpire. I don't know if that comes into play, but I've heard people say, you're quick, the first thing you look at, and you see 4 bodies all in your picture when you're getting ready to throw.
And that's the reason every time there's a run at first, you'll see the pitcher turn around and look to shortstop and second base.
Who's covering?
And they'll say, I'm covering, or he's covering.
Pass to diving Muncy down the left field line. Souza is going to come around third. He's going to try to score. The throw is in time. Souza tries to knock Vogt over. He did. Vogt holds on. They check in with each other, and the out is recorded at home. Souza just kept running. Full threw it towards second base, and when Souza saw that, he tried to score. He couldn't do it, and let's hope Stephen Vogt is okay. So
the
went
key,
heading to the bottom of the first.
The key did Vogt have the ball in his glove? Really, that's not allowable because he did not have it and waiting, so he'd been out regardless. Just hope he is okay.
Well, 1-0 A's lead, top of the second. Stephen Vogt seems to be okay. Took a pretty good shot from Souza in the collision at home plate.
And evidently there was an elbow involved because between innings, great camera work showing that Vogt indicated that elbow maybe got him the right side of the face.
And a long conversation in between innings between Joe West and Bob Melvin.
And to be honest, watching Joe West as we did, I think he would have believed that it was okay that what happened.
Forsythe ranging far to his left. His throw was wide, but Loney is able to keep his foot on the bag. And Canna is retired.
Now Bob Melvin's going to come out and take a quick look at it. But here's the play, and actually heads up base running with a hit and run. So the runner's on the move. Folk comes up, figured I'm going to keep the runner at first base, so he throws to second. Semien sees the runner Souza go to the plate. A strong throw, bang, bang, and ran him over, held onto the ball, and he's out. But the key is watch and see if Stephen Vogt has the ball in his glove before or at contact right there. So I guess he had it in enough time. That's probably what Joe West was saying, that he had the glove. He's open target. But the left elbow, did you see the elbow? That's what Vogt was talking about. It wasn't just a clear using a forearm shiver. So,
well, I agree. Yeah. And you know what? He had a better chance to score sliding head first,
You're exactly
trying to reach
right.
with his left hand.
You're exactly right.
Because when you that last replay showed he veered a little bit to go after Vogt.
And that is not acceptable.
And that's not acceptable.
Exactly. I mean, that's way too, because the whole purpose of that rule was to avoid having a runner go after somebody.
After the catcher.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
And if, Joe probably said, well, the throw took him in the baseline. He did that. But I agree with you, kind of changed his direction a little bit.
Yep. I mean,
but I must, just thinking back to last year when they implemented the new rule, there have been very few where it's been bang, bang like that. And they do say that if the throw takes the catcher into the baseline, he can block off the runner. But Vogt has it there. Kiermaier, what's the... You're right.
He's going after the catcher.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
And if he slid right there and went around, he might have actually...
Yep.
He might have been called safe because Vogt was in the baseline.
Yep.
And maybe they would have overruled that.
So a swing and a miss by Sogard.
Throw into the runner, and
see, he changes his direction and goes after Vogt.
Yep.
Right there. Look at that. Now you can't tell me he's not changing his direction and going after the catcher.
That's a great point. Yeah, look where the plate is, and it's one of the few that we have seen actually do that versus slide and try to hook slide and tackle the plate with the hand. But there's the change of direction there. Great shot there, Tommy. That was great because normally you go a little hook slide, try to tag the plate with your hand or your foot.
I mean, if you have the rule, and that's why you have the rule, then I'm not quite sure how Joe West could say that it was okay.
Oof. Jagged edges there, man. Well, I think, again, what happens, and we still do not know who's in New York, who's making the calls, who are the umpires who are doing the reviewing of the plays. And I'd say that with all the changes that were enacted very quickly last year, that's probably going to be one that's added. They will actually name. And maybe when the West Coast group is added as well for the West Coast games that are played later, especially at nighttime, maybe they'll start announcing who's in the studios or in front of the TVs.
So 1-2 the count to Sam Fuld. High fastball, Full chased it. So good inning for Erasmo Ramirez. There's a couple of strikeouts. So bottom of the second coming up, it'll be Forsythe, DeJesus, and Cabrera. 1-0 A's lead. 1-0 the A's lead. It was a Billy Burns home run leading off the game. First pitch of the game. That's how the A's got their run. So Forsythe to lead things off for the Rays, and then DeJesus and Cabrera. First pitch, a curve in for a strike. Forsythe hitting .293, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. And a quick 0-2.
Guess the mask is busted. Stephen Vogt going to get a new one. Something happened to it. This is in real speed. Souza waited till the throw was to second. There's the diversion there. And that was an intentional, trying to knock the ball out of his glove. And Sonny Gray actually grabbed the chest protector of Stephen Vogt. It looked like Stephen was going after Souza. But like you said, both were kind of saying, hey, you okay? And but Sonny was right there just in case. And so Steve Vucinich with a new mask already fitted. So that's why catchers have to get their chin guards, chest protector, mask all perfectly strapped so that it fits them without taking a lot of time.
Burns coming in, he'll play it on a hop. So Forsythe has a leadoff single. And I think we should clarify too, Ray, we're not saying it was a dirty play. We're not saying it was a bad play. We're basing what we're saying off of the rule.
The new rule implemented last year. Exactly.
I mean, I don't have a problem with what he was trying to do, but the rule was made to not go after the catcher, and that's what he did.
Well, and change direction. That's the key.
Change
because
direction.
It happened to Buster Posey. When Cousins got him, he changed direction. All he had to do was slide, and probably wouldn't even have this new rule if that had not occurred.
There's DeJesus, pitches high.
And see what happened here today, and again, what Josh Reddick said to me after the Friday night against the Astros. He was not aware that if the catcher is actually holding the baseball, he's an open target.
Sure.
And he said, I didn't know that. Well, after seeing this, he probably knows now. And, of course, I think he might have discussed it with the skipper or somebody to find out the actual rules and clarification.
So 2-0 the count to DeJesus, who's hitting .330. He's been tough on the A's in this series. 4 for 8 with a double, a homer, a couple of RBIs. 2-0 pitch. Hit in the air to left and hit well. Fold hustling back, still going back, and Fold at the warning track makes the catch. All right, here's the official rule on the situation that happened last inning. This is the first page. Now, unless he possesses the ball, the catcher cannot block the play of a runner attempting to score. In such cases, the runner will be declared safe with one exception. So that first page doesn't necessarily mean anything for our discussion. But this does. The catcher may block a runner's path in order to field a throw, but only if the umpire judges the throw to be otherwise unplayable and the contact unavoidable, which he certainly was able to catch the ball, and I don't think the throw really took him into the area. Maybe a little bit.
Let's see, Cap, as you said, if he changes direction, then the unavoidable becomes a moot point.
That's exactly right.
Because he's got the ball, and he changed direction to go after him to knock the ball loose, when all Vogt was trying to do was tag him.
Runner goes, and it's a swing and a miss, but the runner's going to steal second base. Cabrera swung at a pitch that was in the dirt.
Well, watch him change right there. See how he took the right foot and pushed off to the left as Steven had caught the ball. And I think that once it looked at in New York, Joe West, it happened so fast, he probably said, hey, collision, the ball is there at the same time as the runner, and that happens. But that's when they review them, and that's probably when they said he actually changed direction. Because that right foot, you could see he planted it near the line or just beyond the line and headed towards Vogt.
1-1 pitch. Cabrera bounces it. Simeon handles an in-between hop, flips to first. A little bit of a low throw. Canna has it. So that's 2 outs with Forsythe now going to third.
Well, one thing that I know Ron Washington has taught Mike Gallego, same thing. It's all about footwork. And the problem is that if you get so much instruction that once you're in the heat of the battle and you start thinking, okay, where are my feet? Where's my arm? And that's not what you want to do. This isn't spring training where you can afford to make a mistake. Of course, Washington's been working with Semyon, he and Mike Gallego. And the footwork really is what it's all about. And as Gag said, it's about the eyes also. The eyes picking up the baseball and making you move accordingly. But the last thing you want this young man to do is start thinking about every time he gets the ball, okay, where are my feet supposed to be? What am I supposed to do? It has to become natural. He's going to be a good one. This maybe takes a little bit more time.
1-0 to Geyer. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. Brandon Geyer, 289. Couple of home runs, 12 RBIs.
Sonny Gray, of course, we saw yesterday, there's a little cut fastball. Kendall Graveman yesterday just relied so much on his cut fastball. It was an outstanding pitch for him. And Sonny, a little bit extra on his fastball in addition to the hard slider and curveball.
So 2-1 the count. Defense straight up for Geyer. And now it's 2-2. A fastball at 94 miles an hour. More sliders this year from Sonny Gray. He's really made that one of his go-to pitches, and he's basically throwing fewer curveballs and more sliders.
And one of the reasons, Kipe, is because the slider, he can throw it harder, and the curveball has a tendency to hang a little bit on occasion. He has a very good one, but the slider is one that he can throw with great velocity.
2-2 pitch is hit toward Reddick and right. Reddick, a long run, still on the move, and he makes a basket catch heading for the corner. Nice play by Reddick. Side retired. So the Rays strand a runner at third. We're going to the third. A's leading 1-0. At California is brought to you by USAA. Today, USAA would like to pay special recognition to all of our service members at home and abroad.
Absolutely. Great weekend. Well, the Indy 500 today, and tomorrow Memorial Day. And just how about this? Well, 2/4 of the cycle. And I wanted to get the cycle so we could show our partner Vince Cotroneo who he thinks. And now for a cycle for this young man, a single, double, triple, okay. The likelihood of him hitting a home run and completing the cycle, that's a good swing after first pitch home run. So he's seen 2 pitches. He has a home run and he has a single leading off his third inning.
So speed on first for Semien. Semien grounded out to third his first at bat. So he's 1 for 11 in this series. And the first pitch on the outside corner, strike from Erasmo Ramirez. Semien tied for 6th in the American League in hits with 52. Good pitch again, 0-2. He's 9th in the league in total bases. 9 doubles, 2 triples, and 6 home runs. Hits that one toward right. Souza gets underneath it. He's got it.
Almost like Semien that time was trying to hit the hole on the right side, ended up hitting the ball in the air. But sometimes you just have to swing the bat and be aggressive and take what you get.
So 1 out for Reddick. Reddick popped out to third in the first inning. Longoria went out into shallow left field to make the play.
You hear Joe? Joe has said, you got to have those meetings before the game. Joe, what's the speed? That's a great microphone down there. Big Joe.
Quick throw and a close play at first. Burns just gets back.
Surprised Joe didn't say, you don't even have a runner at second base. You're just going to give one sign.
That's true. Burns, the runner at first, is 6 for 8 in steal attempts this year. Another strike outside corner, 0-1. Reddick in this series is 4 for 14.
Seems like every time Ramirez gets in trouble, he bears down. Came up the first pitch home run, then retired the next 2, and then a walk and a base hit, and then got the foul out.
This is his 7th career start against the A's. He's never beat them. He's 0-5. He was with the Mariners organization his entire career up until this year. Burns runs. Ball's hit into right field and a base hit. Burns steps on second. He heads to third. And the A's have first and third.
Now that was a hit and run because Burns was running and looked back, and actually looked back again to see once the ball got through the infield, and he made it easily to third base. But a very good pitch, a good swing. Watch Billy Burns look back, and then he picked up the ball going to the outfield. Once it got through the infield, he was going to make it to third without a throw. So both clubs doing a little extra running today. Rays hit and run. Almost stole a run.
There's the numbers against the Athletics. Giving up 1 run so far today. Here's Vogt. First pitch, not close. Burns at third, Reddick at first. Vogt walked in the first inning. And that one's low, and now it's 2-0. So Vogt trying to add to his 31 RBIs this year. Not close. 3-0 with Butler in the on-deck circle. Just like that, Ramat.
Neither Vogt nor Butler with a lot of speed, so important for if Vogt gets a chance to swing, get the ball in the outfield, and same for Butler if he comes up.
So now it's 3-1, and Vogt will be ready to take a rip. Ramirez is ready. And a fastball foul down the left field line. So 3-2. Could be that Reddick will take off.
I think that's a good idea because he has the speed. Vogt usually puts the ball in play, and if he does, stay out of the possibility of a double play if it's on the ground. That is a sinker. Twirling of the index finger is a two-seam fastball.
Reddick not running, and the ball's hit high in the air, deep right center field. So Kiermaier grabs it. Burns tags. He'll come in to score. So a sacrifice fly for Stephen Vogt, and the A's lead 2-0.
As we always say, one of the best plays in a ball game is, hey, runner go first to third. And this time, Billy Burns, unlike Thursday night, fly ball to center field. Kiermaier caught it. 1,001, 1,002. Had plenty of time to score. Trotting as he did with the throw coming back into second. Ramirez, with Reddick not running, was hoping for a strikeout. Didn't get it.
So 2 outs for Butler. Very close play. Loney thought he got him.
Well, Kevin Cash and
they did. I think they got him, Ray.
Yeah, well, we'll see because they're going to take a look at it.
Yep. Gabe Morales is the first place umpire, and that first replay we show, I mean, I thought it was fairly clear that he was out.
Reddick looking at the Jumbotron. Yes, it's the
so Josh Reddick's looking up there as well, but watch the tag and the right hand.
Is it definitive enough? Probably.
Morales was trying to get a little better angle. And he's out. And I think that's the right call. So Reddick picked off first base. A's get a run. It's the A's 2, the Rays nothing, as we go to the bottom of the third. Lead, bottom of the third inning. First pitch strike to Bobby Wilson, 9th place hitter for the Rays. Wilson 171 with 3 RBIs. He's behind in the count 0-2. He's got 7 hits and 41 at bats.
Now there's a freeze. Look at the tag on the right shoulder and the hand with those fingers up means that you don't want to press the fingers into the bag and jam the fingers, so you kind of palm up or palm down, fingers up, and it was out. Good call.
Bobby Wilson swings and misses, so that's the first strikeout for Sonny Gray.
Well, Sonny Wilson, I don't know if he can throw the ball straight. That's 3 pitches, all different directions, and Bobby Wilson on 3 pitches is sitting down.
So top of the order in Kiermaier. Sonny Gray coming into today 8th in the league in strikeouts. Tied for 4th in the league in innings pitched. ERA 2nd in the league. So he's all over the leaderboards. Some more. Opponent's batting average 4th best. League hitting just 200 against him. Only given up a couple of home runs. Two and 1 now to Kiermaier.
Kiermaier hit a home run off of Sonny Gray last year. 2 meetings that the club had. 2 starts Sonny made against them.
This one hit high in the air, center field. Burns goes back. And Burns has it for the second out.
And that's what you want to do. Big old yard here, especially center field, left center to right center.
So 2 outs for Souza. Just looking at the earned run average leaders in the American League, and the top 5 are all from the AL West. Dallas Keuchel is first. His ERA is 1.67. Then it goes Gray, Nick Martinez, Vince Hernandez, and Hector Santiago having a good year for the Angels.
He hurt himself on that swing.
So they're going to come out and check on him. He's shaking his left hand.
Well, it's a check swing. We've seen him do that in this series, and he starts and then tries to hold up if he thinks it's not a strike, and he should have let the bat go. And it's the left hand, so the bottom hand. But once he took it that far, and rolled it over, that's probably what got him in the left hand. Foul tip according to Big Joe. Well, they're checking the right hand and the left hand. Maybe both hands. Maybe he doesn't know which one hurts.
Well, one is bad enough. A hitter. And he's going to come out, I believe. Yeah. Yes, he is. He doesn't want to. So with an 0-1 count, Steven Souza is coming out of the game.
Well, they tried to stop, and it's always better, a check swing is to continue the swing instead of trying to hold up, because usually something bad's going to happen, and that's exactly what happened with him and coming out of the game.
So it looks like it's going to be Joey Butler. Joey Butler's in a big hurry to get up there and hit, isn't he?
Derek Shelton, the hitting coach, you know, these guys have meetings all the time. Meetings upon meetings upon meetings. New pitcher comes in. What does he throw? What about the meetings we just had? You see the smile on Jim Hickey's face. There's Derek sitting in the back. Derek Shelton, Tom Foley, Jim Hickey. 3 of the returnings from Joe Maddon's.
So it'll be Butler.
So Tim Beckham will be back tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true.
He was optioned out because they needed another reliever. And I guess the kid that pitched yesterday, Romero, he was sent back out. I think according to the paper that So we got a new reliever for him. We knew that he took a bullet for 3 innings, and he went back.
Number 9, Joey Butler.
So here's Butler. He'll get a count of 0-1. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Jammed, hits it foul down the right field line.
Maybe he was saying to Derek Shelton, I didn't take enough early batting practice. I wasn't going to be in the game, so I'm just kicking back today. But that first swing is a little bit tardy. And maybe that's why he's trying to buy as much time as possible to try to get loose.
0-2 pitch, fouled straight back. Butler played on Thursday night. He was 1 for 3, and then he pinch hit last night, and he was 0 for 1.
It's a hard slider away, like that.
And Butler tries to hold up, can't do it. So that's the 2nd strikeout for Sonny Gray, and he's retired 6 in a row. 2-0 A's as we go to the 4th.
To wear your athletics jersey and show your pride on Athletics Jersey Day. That's next Friday, May the 29th. To get ready, make it all new Majestic Cool base jersey, now available at the A's team store and athletics.com. Maybe Mr. Fatale is checking out the A's store and looking for his Majestic jersey.
Biggie V, big Rays fan, comes to a lot of games. Got good seats too.
He does.
Like to keep an eye on the visiting dugout.
He better pay attention because that screen stops. And any foul ball over in that direction, of course, a right-handed batter doesn't have to worry, but get a lefty up there, be careful.
He's busy. He's checking other scores from around Major League Baseball. Dick Vitale. 2-1 to Billy Butler, leading things off here in the 4th inning. Muncy to follow, and then Canna. Off the foot. Astros and Tigers are underway. A wild first inning. Houston scored 3 in the top of the 1st. Tigers came back and scored 5 in the bottom of the 1st. So 5-3 in the 3rd there. Butler stays in the game and left. Geyer moves from left to right. Souza is out. In that Astros-Tigers game, it's Hernandez for Houston and Sanchez for Detroit. Astros will go to Baltimore after that game to start a 3-game series against the Orioles. And that one just a bit high. Butler has a walk. Here's our T-Mobile game changer. We'll go back to yesterday, and it was Kendall Graveman. And he was very, very good. And A's have to be excited about that. He went 6 innings, gave up just 3 hits, no runs. He had 6 strikeouts, 93 pitches, and he got his second big league win. So Kendall Graveman is back, and I'm sure he hopes he stays here.
Yeah. Well, pitching like that is a pretty good chance he's going to get other opportunities, depending what happens with Drew Pomeranz. We hope his shoulder's okay, but a very good outing yesterday, and as we talked earlier, Kai, maybe just getting an opportunity to go back to the minor leagues and figure out things and come back and realize that it's a very quick-paced game here. It needs to be slowed down, and he talked about the importance of his sinking fastball and his cutter, and he used both of them, and also changeup, and we saw a few of those yesterday where he had a nice differential between the fastball and the changeup.
One and one to Muncy. And Muncy chases an off-speed pitch. Well, Ben Zobrist is hopefully coming back tomorrow for the A's. And if you just look at the A's roster right now, they have 5 starters and they have 7 relievers, which means if Zobrist is activated, it will probably be a position player that gets sent down. Not going to go with 6 relievers. Obviously, teams really don't do that anymore. So
a lot of times it's 8.
Yeah, you may add one, but you won't take one away. 1-2 pitch, slider, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Ramirez.
Let's just hope that ball he hit up the middle that could have been a base hit without the shift, and he swung at some pitches out of the strike zone, which is not his normal approach. Slider down and in off the plate. There's Brett Lawrie. He's been kind of invisible for a couple of games. He didn't play yesterday, probably not today. And I'm sure the guys on the bench really enjoy.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you think he is on the bench when he's not playing?
Remember Josh Donaldson when he was with the A's and he didn't play a game, and he kept saying, got to get him in the lineup. He's killing us on the bench.
But who's he talking to? That's my concern. Because, all right, he's got the manager's ear, because Bob doesn't have anything else going on right now. He's giving signs and trying to listen to Lawrie at the same time. Got a ball game to manage here, Brett. Oh man. What's funny about that, Ray, is he's got about 12 different choices he can make, people to talk to, but he wants to talk to the manager.
Playing third base for the A's in the bottom of the 4th inning would be Brett Lawrie.
That's right. He's trying to talk himself in there. 2-2 the count to Canna, who grounded out to second his first at bat.
Well, sometimes a day game after a mid-afternoon game is a little bit tough to get going, but for Brett Lawrie, nothing is ever hard for him to get going. That's his first pitch, 4-10. So it's not the true night game or day game, kind of in between.
He's kind of a human cup of coffee.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Canna rolls it into the on-deck circle. Sogard picks it up. And he's moved on. He's going to go with the talk a little training staff with Nick and a little starting pitching.
Red's had enough. He's going to move to the other end of the bench.
3-2 to Canna with Butler at first. Only is holding Butler on.
You know, the Energizer Bunny has no chance. He really doesn't. Not with Brett Lawrie.
Canna takes outside. Good at bat and a couple of walks in this inning. Another opportunity for the A's.
Yeah, just trying to overthrow a little bit with the fastball, as you can see when they're that far outside, and trying to get a little bit extra. And both times Bobby Wilson having to reach out and backhand them. This is what the A's kind of experienced also with a lot of run support. You can see them trying to get strikeouts, throw differently than what they normally would do. So the A's with 2 on the board, 1 on the first, 1 in the third, trying to add.
So here's Sogard. Sogard struck out swinging in the second inning. Lofts this one towards center. Kiermaier backs up. He's under it and makes the catch, flips it back in, 2 outs. So it's up to Sam Fuld, who had a big hit yesterday. Talked about Sam in the open of our show and what a good series he has had. He was a Ray for 3 years, 2011 to 2013.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think they had a cape giveaway, a Super Sam cape, because he was flying around the outfield so much. Mike, is that right? I think we may have been here, or I remember hearing about it. That he has actually got another assist in today's game. Had a couple yesterday, and so the one that he threw to second and then onto the plate would be an assist for him. A 7.62 and a put out in first.
And a strike called on the outside corner. Slow runner at second. Keep that in mind with Butler.
And nobody is anywhere close to him. Mike Gallego trying to get him to expand his lead so he could break on contact with 2 outs.
So count now 2-1.
Kept one of the things that for a third base coach, you see where the runner at second is and a ball is hit, and you are hoping that he's getting a bigger lead and a great jump. Sometimes you watch the flight of the ball as a third base coach and you send him based on where you think he is and what he should be doing, and maybe he's not. Following Eric Sogard yesterday in the big 4-run inning, Sam Fuld against the lefty. So back-to-back lefties. Kiermaier overran the ball, did a strong throw to the plate, and this is the unusual part, is Canha trying to score, and Ramirez, or the catcher, Rivera dropped the ball. Thank you.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Hard slider by Erasmo Ramirez. So he walks a couple but strikes out a couple, and the A's do not score in the top of the 4th. Matrix, Silicon Valley's premier 24/7 entertainment destination. People drive fast in St. Petersburg. Got to get to the bridge. So 2-0. The A's lead the Rays.
Question is, will they drive that fast when they get to the new park in Tampa?
So you got that a done deal, huh?
I'm just repeating what the mayor of St. Petersburg has said. So I'm willing to at least take a look at it. So that's, as this lease here goes, what, mid 2020?
2027. Longoria with a base hit. So hit number 4 off Sonny Gray. Longoria 1 for 2. So Longoria didn't wait around, went after the first pitch. First pitch strike 7 for 12 for Sonny. That's the 3rd time in 4 innings that the Rays have got their leadoff man aboard.
You know, that's an interesting thing, too. The A's employed the shift. They had 3 to the left side with the entire right side open up, and that's where Longoria hit it. And with the power hitter that he is, and the A's are leading 2-0. So you think, well, it's better give him a single than a home run. That is, if he hits a home run. If he hits 30, really, it's a great year for him. Huh? But leading off an inning with a base hit going against the shift, that could open up an inning. And Rays aren't hitting a lot of home runs.
Nope.
Yeah. Longoria did the other night on a mistake that he got from Casman.
Overall, they're 11th in the league in runs scored, 8th in the league in home runs. Loney chases a high fastball. They're 8th in stolen bases, and they've struck out the 2nd most times in the American League. So 0-2 the count to Loney. Forsythe to follow. Fastball on the outside corner. 170 total runs scored. They have hit home runs in this series, though, at 4. But only the Houston Astros have struck out more, and we've seen the Astros to know how they are offensively. Feast or famine. Loney takes the slider, and it's 1-2.
Just a very simple slider. An actual true slider, but caught very nicely by Stephen Vogt with the palm up, kind of slid with the ball and gave Joe West a chance that if he wanted to call it a strike by not snatching the ball and taking it out of the strike zone.
Longoria's lead at first. The ball's hit off of Gray. It's picked up by Canna, and they will tag out Loney, who ran out of the baseline. Let's hope Sonny Gray is okay. The ball's hit hard, and Seward got him. Longoria ends up at second base.
That's a good play by Canna to force Loney out of the base path. Right side of the. It sounded like a thud. Check the right leg as he follows through. Got him right below the calf on the right side.
Pretty direct hit.
Now if it's in the calf, it's, you know, at least it's meaty, but that's bad too, because calf injuries are horrible to try to get over. So that's one heck of a way to get an assist, but he does. That's a 1-3 put out.
So he's going to throw a couple, make sure he's okay.
But it'd be the landing. Let's see, now it'd be the push off.
So it's his right leg.
Yeah, the right leg, the push off.
He's not feeling that great.
Yeah.
Let's hope he stays in. You can tell it bothered him a little bit. He is going to stay in.
The second baseman, Forsythe.
So one out for Forsythe.
You kind of get some ice bags in between innings. You try to get some treatment on it, and of course he's going to stay in as long as he can, but it will start to stiffen.
See, Ray, he knows. He knows. He listened to you about the calf. And be careful.
Well, our good friend Sal Bando got hit one time with a pitch ball and a calf and stayed in the game. It's the worst mistake because the thing is, they just it takes a while and to try to play. And for Sonny pushing off, that's why maybe some ice or something, some treatment. I'm not trying to be a trainer or a doctor, but some sort of treatment in between innings. And the quicker the inning, the better.
Forsythe had a base hit his first at bat. And that one on the inside corner for a strike. Red Sox leading the Angels 2-0 after 3 at Fenway Park. That's the rubber game of that 3-game series. Santiago and Miley, a couple of left-handers. Close pitch a bit outside.
Rangers hanging around the beautiful visiting clubhouse of the New York Yankees while they wait for tonight's game.
They get a night game. Rangers at the Yankees, and the Rangers are going for the sweep. They've scored 25 runs in the first 2 games of that series.
And almost lost the first one. Yankee Stadium, the Taj Mahal of baseball. It is a beautiful place.
Good pitch there, 2-2 the count. Rangers have won 5 out of 6, and it sounds like, in fact, I think it's official now, Josh Hamilton is coming back tomorrow in Cleveland. So that'll be interesting to see how Josh Hamilton does. Rangers have been scoring a lot of runs. They've had a big month of May, so that offense has really come together. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Sonny Gray, and he gets his 3rd strikeout.
Well, that's a good one because he is pushing off the right leg that got hit in the calf, and so push off there, fastball, a lot extra on it. So while Forsythe got a base hit, his first at bat. Fastball this time. Josh Hamilton's comment about, I like it here in Round Rock. But I don't know that whoever's paying his salary wants to have him stay AAA. Oh, it's here because he likes Round Rock. Get him to the big leagues, and that would be the Angels paying the majority of his contract.
There's David DeJesus. Fastball first strike. As well as the Rangers are playing, the Yankees are going in the other direction. Yankees have lost 5 in a row, and they've lost 9 out of 10. And the Rays lead the Yankees by a game and a half in the AL East. So nobody really running away with that division, and the Yankees, who got off to such a fine start, really struggling right now. Good pitch, 0-2.
I think former Commissioner Bud Selig, who stepped down effective January for Rob Manfred, I think both have agreed baseball, there's a lot of parity in baseball. And maybe to the point there will not be anybody really running away. And there's look at the Blue Jays, 19-26, just 5.5 behind. As Yankees 1 over, the Rays are 4 over, the other 3 under 500.
That one off the foot of DeJesus. And you look at those AL East standings, and it shows you that that's a wide open division. But as you mentioned, the Blue Jays, but you can make the argument that they have as much talent as anybody in that division.
And have to be very happy to be just where they are. It's true. And this is why David DeJesus kind of stumbled out of the batter's box. Got a glancing blow, but he did a very good job. He said he's going to California. Maybe he's going for an Academy Award because that ball hardly hit him.
So 0-2. Longoria is the runner at second. And the ball's bounced back to Gray, reaches up, grabs it, underhands to first, side retired. So Longoria with a leadoff single, but nothing else for the Rays. And we're on to the 5th inning, top of the order for the A's. They're leading 2-0.
Billy Burns, he liked so much yesterday, getting his first Major League RBI with bases loaded walk this time. About 10 rows deep. First pitch of the game against Ramirez and his first Major League home run. And I'm sure that ball probably is in the clubhouse of the Athletics. Let's hope it is. Steve Vucinich usually very good about doing that. I say it, but sometimes it's into the seats. Can't get them.
Hits this one to right field. Hits it pretty well, but Geyer goes back. So Billy Burns, he's seen 3 pitches, and this one he just missed.
And Ramirez smiling because he threw him something other than a fastball. So that was a breaking pitch, but he was not waiting around. I'd say if you look for prototypical leadoff hitters, you would not put Billy Burns in that category. But he's been successful. And why change?
First pitch strike to Simeon. Blue Jays lead the Mariners 2-1, bottom of the 5th in Toronto. Ramirez throws 2 outs. So 4 in a row retired by Erasmo Ramirez.
Number 22, Josh Reddick.
Well, watching a little bit of the Red Sox game last night, Mike Napoli crushed.
That's what I was reading.
Wow.
And that was off C.J. Wilson.
Well, one, they had a bullseye above in the Green Monster, and he almost hit it. And if he'd hit it, he'd put whoever was holding it, maybe, I don't know, it was crushed. The second one went completely out of the stadium.
Well, Napoli off to a slow start, but that won't last. 0-1 to Reddick. Reddick 1 for 2.
I was talking to one of the writers of the Red Sox who covers the beat writer, and he talked about Napoli and coming out of spring training. He was hot. Remember, he broke his bat and hit a home run.
I do remember that.
And remember, they started the season in Philadelphia. No DH. And David Ortiz started the season at first. They had their traditional off day and the second day for the weather. And I think he played the second game, which was the Wednesday. Didn't play Thursday. And all of a sudden, he lost his swing. So, got off to the slow start. Maybe because of them starting in the National League City.
Interesting. Longoria hustles over, so a good inning for Erasmo Ramirez. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It'll be Cabrera, Geyer, and Wilson. 2-0 A's lead.
And first Major League home run for Billy Burns, as Burns got the RBI yesterday. And then this is a great play because it looked like it was a hit and run. Sam Folk comes up, throws to second, but Souza decides he's going to try to score. Simeon gets it, throws to Vogt, collision at the plate, bang, hangs on. And there is a diversion, and then Stephen Vogt with a sac fly, making it 2-0. That's where it stands right now. So Sonny Gray doing a great job. Billy Burns that time tagged and plenty of time to score on a fly ball. Find out what's possible with AT&T. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT, mobilizing your world.
1-0 to Asdrubal Cabrera. Leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sonny Gray The ERA in the first 3 innings, 3.67, but we've seen him struggle around a little bit early in games, but he always settles in.
Take that pitch in that location from Joe West anytime.
So 1-2 to Cabrera, who grounded out to the shortstop in the second inning. Sonny Gray hitting the right lower leg last inning. When he was able to finish the inning, seems to be okay. Probably easy for me to say. Was it walking off a little bit slow at the end of the inning?
He normally does that when he's not hit by a line drive, but took a little bit extra time. Good news, he came back out for the 5th. We'll see how long he goes.
So 2-2 to Cabrera. Geyer to follow, and then Wilson here in the 5th. Cabrera 2 for 9 in the series, and that's going to be a strike 3 call. So Cabrera spins around, has a chat with Joe West, who immediately takes his mask off.
Let's keep walking. Joe said, we're out of here. Backdoor curveball, and according to Joe, with that angle, caught enough of the plate.
That's a strike.
Yeah, it was a strike. It wasn't too low, and check the break and how it comes back. Stephen Vogt actually caught it in the middle of the plate, which to get there, it looks like it caught the corner, and then towards the middle.
Joe West has been known to just kind of shoo players away, just shoo them away, which they just love. Muncy grabs the hard hit ball, and Geyer's retired. There's nothing better when you're just a little ticked off about something and then somebody shoos you away, because that generally makes you feel better. And Joe West does not care, and nor should he care. First pitch to Bobby Wilson is high. Wilson struck out in the 3rd. 4 strikeouts for Gray. He has not walked anybody. He's allowed 4 hits.
Well, the Tigers in town tomorrow for a 3-game series. Memorial Day 105 first pitch at the Coliseum. And David Price, I think, is scheduled to start game 2 of that series Tuesday night. That's another Vanderbilt. So 2 Vandy guys here, Sonny Gray and David Price. So you'll get to watch David Price on Tuesday.
Little action for Muncy. Takes care of it, and that's a 3-up, 3-down inning. 6 in a row for Sonny Gray. And the 6th inning's coming up.
will receive an A's replica batting practice pullover. For more information on available games or to book your group jersey day outing, call 510-638-GO-A's or visit athletics.com/jersey.
Sixth inning here in Tropicana Field, St. Petersburg. A's will head home to host the Tigers. And these Rays will stay right here. In fact, they'll host the Seattle Mariners. So the Mariners in Toronto, and they will stay on the East Coast and fly south to St. Petersburg. 2-0 to Stephen Vogt, a walk and a sacrifice fly for Vogt.
And the Tampa Bay Rays have one of those Oakland A's trips where they'll go to Baltimore, I think Anaheim and Seattle, but hey, we'll come back to Oakland in August. Yeah, since we're out there, we don't mind, we don't bother. It's just make it a separate trip.
The 3-0 pitch is at the knees for a strike to Vogt. Butler and Muncy to follow here in the sixth. A's with a single run in the first on the Burns home run, and a single run in the third on the Vogt sac fly. So full count now to Vogt.
Well, they swung at that one out of the strike zone. As Billy Butler waits, who has singled and walked. And Stephen Vogt, maybe calm down a little bit more on this 3-2 after swinging at a bad pitch. He does it again. Sometimes hitters get a little bit over anxious, and walking is not something they like. But Stephen Vogt walked, didn't score in the first, hit a sac fly in his second at bat, driving the second run. And probably coming back here, I think he'd like to swing the bat. Probably.
A Rays draft pick was Stephen Vogt.
And let's not forget, next Thursday, it is the one-of-a-kind Stephen Vogt referee bobblehead against the Yankees Coliseum. So that's going to be an exciting homestand. Tigers and Yankees and Stephen Vogt chant.
So a leadoff walk for Vogt. That's 4 walks now for Ramirez to go along with his 4 strikeouts. So Tigers and Yankees coming in this week. Just looking at some of the numbers for the Tigers since they're up first. Pitching's been good, 4th best ERA in the American League. Their bullpen's been good, which was a concern with Joe Nathan being out. They're a little bit banged up, and Butler is hit, so he will take first base, and it's a walk and a hit batter, and it's a rally for the A's.
You got him on the left elbow pad because you heard the big thud, more of a thud. But check the left elbow. Pulled it back, and why take it in the side when you can put that elbow guard and let that take the brunt? Didn't feel the thing. Yeah.
So here's Muncy.
Tell you what, for guys that can do that, to turn away and use actually the protection they have when they know they're going to get hit.
Well, one less thing to worry about, right?
That's right, absolutely. Save ice.
Muncy lined out to short, struck out swinging. He's got a little one on. High in the air, long run for Butler and left. He will get there near the line, and that's the first down. So that'll bring up Canna. But talking about the Tigers, of course, Verlander's still not in the rotation, although he's supposed to maybe face some hitters on Tuesday in Oakland.
Right.
So they're waiting to get him back.
Not the A's hitters.
Not the
simulators.
No.
His own hitters.
That's never worked out that well. So, but their 3rd inning in runs scored. Tigers not hitting as many home runs as you would think. That one, that may be a home run. And it is. 5-0 A's lead just like that. Canna with a line drive home run. So it's been a while for Mark Canha. He's been struggling, but a big home run here.
May 9th at Seattle, Farquhar got him. So the breaking ball stayed on it and used that big swing hanger right on the inner part of the plate. And nothing better than a 3-run home run for Mark Canha to give some breathing room to Sonny Gray. It's his first 3-run home run for this season and the 8th for the Athletics. So that's always great.
So here's Sogard. Sogard, a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. 2-0 the count. And that one, believe it or not, was called a strike.
How to quiet a park.
Yep,
a
and
facility.
it's a pretty quiet place anyways. So 3-1 pitch is high, and that's going to get action going in the bullpen.
And for the Athletics also, okay, just watching going down the A's bullpen, it may be because of the 3-run home run and the stiffness perhaps of where Sonny Gray got hit in the calf. So it looks like both bullpens, Frieri, the righty, and for the Athletics in their pen, running down a couple of relievers.
So 89 pitches, and the wheels have kind of come off here for Erasmo Ramirez. He's walked 2, hit 1, and given up a 3-run homer.
Got to get a very nice, easy swing by Mark Canha. We talk about his aggressiveness and swinging hard, but you watch this hanging breaking ball from Ramirez. Just kind of floats in, stays on the inner half of the plate, and just drops the head of the bat. And shortest distance, left field line. And a line drive off the bat of Mark Canha. So Dan Otero gets loose as Mark Canha gives the A's a 5-0 lead, and that might have given the A's an opportunity to say Sonny Gray just got an additional 3.
So 1 away, 5 walks now for Ramirez and the hit batter. Now he'll face Sam Fuld, who has struck out twice. First pitch to Fuld, in for a strike. So there's Otero starting to throw.
You know, the hard thing for a pitcher is you can see Ramirez. He's only given up 1 hit in this inning. He's walked 2 and hit a batter, but he's given up a 3-run home run. And the problem for him was having the home run hit after he hit and walked a batter.
Well, we have seen him enough, Ray, and A's have always done a pretty good job against him. But he has to be just about perfect with his control.
Exactly.
And if he starts to nitpick a little bit, try to catch the corners, that's when he gets in trouble. The runner goes, and the ball is hit high and foul. It was a huge jump for Sogard.
But I just wonder if the starters who are injured, and I guess Matt Moore is probably the closest coming back, that we saw Carnes yesterday, pretty good pitcher, but Ramirez could go to the bullpen too. So maybe that's a spot for him, filling it now in rotation with some injured starters. And remember, James Shields was traded to Kansas City, signed with the Padres in the offseason. I think he's pitching today.
It wasn't that long ago. It was Price and Shields. Remember, Jeremy Hellickson got traded to the Diamondbacks this offseason.
That's right.
It was Hellickson and Cobb and Price and Shields, Moore. I mean, they've done quite a job just continually moving young pitchers into the rotation, allowing themselves to trade or let the real big name guys go.
Yeah, they always seem to find pitching.
Runner goes, ball's hit toward Cabrera, who backhands it, steps on second base, and he throws to first in a double play. Great play by the shortstop as dribbled Cabrera. He stretched to keep his foot on the bag, and then he threw to first to get the double play. But the A's do major damage. Mark Canha line drive home run, his 6th of the year. So it's a 5-0 A's lead after 5.5.
The A's will take on the Detroit Tigers at 1:05 p.m. 15,000 fans will get an A's road cap. It's presented by Comerica Bank. Get your tickets now by calling 877-493-BALL or visiting athletics.com/tickets. Of course, the Tigers will feel at home when they find out that that cap is sponsored by the naming rights on their stadium in Detroit. Comerica Bank, Comerica Park. So we're glad to have the sponsorship. Happy to give the cap away on a expect to be a beautiful Memorial Day at the Oakland Coliseum.
5-0 A's lead, and the A's have gone to the bullpen. So Dan Otero comes in. Sonny Gray goes 5. Maybe top of the order for Otero to face. Kiermaier, Butler, and Longoria. And Otero reaches down, grabs it, then drops it, picks it up. And that's the first out. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. It's appearance number 21 for Otero, but it's his first appearance in this series. I think he's the only A's reliever that has not pitched in this series till today.
Well, two things. This is the first one as the ball hit off the right leg of Sonny Gray and ball to Canha and had the 1-3 put out, one that would not like to have. So you combine that and a 3-run home run by Mark Canha and a hurried trip to the bullpen by Dan Otero to come in and let Sonny Gray get some treatment, and he would pitch, I would assume, next Friday against the Yankees as the rotation set up with no off days for the A's.
1-1 to Joey Butler. Butler's second at bat. He came in the third inning, mid at bat, when Steven Souza hurt his hand or his wrist while swinging. Had to leave the game. So 67 pitches for Sonny. No walks and 4 strikeouts. Reddick coming over, and Reddick will play it on a hop. So Joey Butler has a 1-out single. Now Longoria and Loney.
Number 3, Kevin Longoria.
Sonny Gray blew him away in his first at bat, coming in with an 0-1 count. This time, similar late swing, although dropped it in an area where Reddick could not get to quickly enough.
Longoria has a base hit. He's 1 for 2. First pitch is a fastball on the outside corner, first strike. Longoria in the series is 5 for 12. Got a home run and 4 singles. That one hit well to right, but Reddick's going to get back there, and he does. He's got it for the second out. So here's Loney. Loney has singled and grounded out. In fact, he hit that ball that hit Sonny Gray. Ricocheted right to Canna, who tagged him out. First pitch sinker is low.
He's probably upset because he's looking for a base hit to center field. Instead, it went off of the leg of Sonny Gray. But I think the best thing is get the treatment, and that's exactly what's probably happening right now in the A's clubhouse. Especially since Dan Otero has not pitched. Graveman yesterday pitched in the 7th. Scribner a couple of innings, and Bob Melvin looks at the pitch counts, how many times the pitcher has worked. He and Kurt Young work very well together. Scott Emerson down in the bullpen.
They usually keeping an eye on the starting pitcher pitch counts.
Yeah.
They use 3-game increments.
Yeah.
Keep it under a 3-game total of whatever it may be.
It's usually around 100 to 105 accumulated. Like Sonny Gray had 119 one start, 104 the next one. Of course, this one will drop it, but the concern more for him was the calf in today.
3-1 pitch. Good sinker, 3-2.
This is it again. The follow through. Check the right leg. Bam. Right there. And again, not necessarily in the calf, on the side of the leg, just below the calf.
Runner goes. 3-2 pitch is chopped slowly towards Simeon, who charges. Flips to first in time. Side retired. A hit and a runner left, and we're headed to the 7th from Tropicana Field. 5-0 A's lead. John Jaso, April 9th of 2013. That's the pinch hit 3-run homer of Kevin Jepson. And then April 14th of the next year, which was last year, Jaso pinch hit home run off Ernesto Frieri, who is now in the game. Both home runs gave the A's the lead late, and the A's would win both those games. John Jaso now with the Rays. Ernesto Frieri now with the Rays. So that doesn't mean John Jaso says, hey, Ernesto, remember that late inning home run I hit off you? I don't think he would do that.
Well, I think maybe Ferrari and Jepson both said the only way we come to Tampa is if Jaso also is there.
That's right.
And that way we don't have to worry about facing him except in spring training.
So 0-1 to Billy Burns facing Frieri. So Erasmo Ramirez goes 6 innings, gives up 5 runs. Billy Burns is in a swinging mood today as he just keeps hacking. That time he strikes out, but still a good day for Burns, now 2 for 4.
Now there are the numbers for John Jaso. Unfortunately for him, you see the numbers that he had with the A's, 12 home runs. Not really a big home run hitter. That's what was shocking when he did it in back-to-back seasons against the Angels and against a couple of pretty good right-handed pitchers. And ironically, both games the lefty started for the Angels, and those righties came in. Derek Norris was taken out for pinch hitting.
Line drive right into the glove of Longoria. So Simeon is out. He's 0 for 4. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up Reddick. Reddick is 1 for 3. Popped out to third twice and singled. Sinker on the outside corner for a strike. Each team with 5 hits. There has not been an error committed so far. Reddick, a shot to right, and it is gone. A line drive home run for Reddick to make it 6-0. The A's lead.
Continues to swing the bat well, and when it's a line drive, that means he stayed on it nicely. And he's got family and friends here, so I mentioned his high school coach is here. And headed back, he'll read about this home run, but nice swing by Josh Reddick. And that's when he is at his best, when he just takes an easy swing. That's 30 driven in for him.
Yep.
7 home runs.
So here's Vogt. So Reddick now with 30 RBIs, Vogt with 32. First pitch in for a strike. Don't know what this conversation is about. Jeez.
Remember when Jesse Chavez pitched the other night and I saw him take the little band off his left wrist? That was the umpire. And I asked him, I said, what was going on? He said, some umpires let you wear them, some umpires say take it off. And that's why when he started the game the other night, before the first pitch was thrown, the umpire who in that game was Mr. Morales, Gabe Morales. Like it was going to affect him. You know,
well, what was Joe West doing there? Just covering it up?
Covering it, yeah. Maybe seeing how far it extended to protect it.
Well, isn't this Vogt's 4th at bat?
Yeah.
That one just below us. So 1 and 2 to Vogt.
Okay, we talk about pitchers who are, let's say, left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, and vice versa. You always want the protection. And it's the case of Stephen Vogt, who relies on his right arm and elbow to perform behind the plate. And so the protection is necessary for him.
Vogt 2 walks and a sac fly and a run scored so far today. Hits that one high and foul. So Frieri on in relief of Ramirez. Frieri with an ERA of 5.5. And with the home run allowed, it's going up. A shot right to short. And the throw is low, and Vogt, hustling all the way, beats it out.
Because he bobbled it. Loney bobbled the ball, and that Gabe Morales guy was watching to make sure that he had it firmly in his glove. It's an E6, and the shift, that's a base hit normally, but off the chest, and the throw, and there's the bobble. And that's why actually it was out of the glove. And Stephen Vogt really hustling, loses the protection on his right foot. Bop. And wants a base hit, but he looks up and sees E6. It's all right, good hustle.
First pitch to Butler, foul straight back. So the wrist pad is now on.
Well, he is well protected, isn't he?
Swing and a miss on a slider. Butler has not been retired today. He has singled, walked, and been hit by a pitch. He scored a run in the 6th. Two pitches popped up down the right field line, and it's going to be caught by Geyer as he goes into a slide in foul territory. Nice play by the right fielder Brandon Geyer. A's get a run thanks to the Reddick home run. Josh Reddick's 7th long ball of the year. So as we've reached the 7th inning stretch, it's the A's with a 6-0 lead over the Rays. And today USAA would like to pay Sportsnet California is brought to you by Prism. Now your team can collaborate at a whole new level with video walls from Prism. Learn how at prism.com. Outside Tropicana Field. What a nice day in St. Pete. 6-0 the A's lead. Bottom of the 7th inning. Dan Otero had a nice 6th inning, gave up a hit, nothing else. He's back out there for the 7th. Facing Logan Forsythe, David DeJesus, and Asdrubal Cabrera. First pitch strike. That wild game continues in Detroit. The Tigers had a 7-3 lead after 5 innings, and Houston just scored 4 in the 6th to tie it. The Tigers will head to the Bay Area after the game. Preston Guillemette starts to throw. He was just called up. It's Bartolo Colon's 42nd birthday today. Big Bart's 42.
I had so much fun watching him hitting down the National League with the Mets.
It's become an event.
Yeah. And actually picking off or chasing down a guy older than him, maybe AJ Pierzynski, or at least as slow as him. Got him in a run down, tagged him out.
AJ Pierzynski now with the Atlanta Braves. I know you miss him in the American League, Ray.
No, I do not.
Why not?
Let's just leave it at that. I mean, he's in a National League park where he should be. You know. He hit 8th and pitch around him because of the pitcher. You know.
It's that home run, huh? It's that Twins home run in 2002.
No, long before that. A long time ago. Good memory.
Muncy, ranging far to his left, makes a nice play, and Logan Forsythe is retired. 1 out here in the 7th.
Number 7.
It's a nice play by Muncy. He went a long ways to his left.
Nice play in front of the shortstop Simeon, but at the other end, and Canada's got this non-stretch down. It's kind of funny. I think he feels like he has to stretch, and he just lifts his leg. How about that? Just lifts his leg.
It's all a balancing.
Just keep both feet on the bag and then put one out in front of him. 3-run home run. That's a difference in the game, or really added on to make a huge difference in the game.
Otero throwing strikes. 0-1 to David DeJesus, who has hit a fly ball to the left. And he is bounced right back to the pitcher. Otero last pitched on Wednesday, and he got knocked around in Houston. So he's still trying to find some consistency.
I think from his standpoint, this is the 7th. Get through the 7th, pitch the 8th, and depending on the pitch count, which is now 22, they turn it over the 9th inning. But his inactivity so far in this city here in St. Pete helps Bob Melvin. It helps Dan Otero too. It helps anybody can come in and get consistent outs. Rays with just 5 hits.
One-two pitch is hit hard. Sogard slides to his right, tumbles over, throws in time, and that's the 2nd out. Ball was hit very hard. Sogi slid to his right. Yes, lost his balance, but he did a nice tumble.
He did. I mean, what an unbelievable play to make on that routine ground ball. But kept his composure up and throwing it. Getting to Jesus. You got to be saying, what am I doing? Got it by plenty.
Good fastball there. Cabrera swings and misses. Cabrera, a ground out and a strikeout. He's 2 for 10 in the series, a single and a double. Fastball a little bit high. Shift is on for Cabrera. Good pitch there. So Otero got a nice pace going. He knows what he wants to throw, and he's ready to go. Sets up. He wants it away. It is away. So looks like Otero's hitting the glove.
Not enough of a ball tailing away from Cabrera. Had to protect. First, Otero has that great two-seamer inside that he can bring back over the inside of the plate. Let's see if that's the option. Something inside.
So the count remains 1-2 to Cabrera. A's with a shutout win yesterday and doing the same today to the Rays.
We saw yesterday a 4-run inning after just a single by Sogar made it 1-0. Then 3 runs on top of it.
But Cabrera reaches for it, pokes a base hit into right field. Reddick gets to it and gets it back in with a perfect throw.
But the one thing clubs want to do that have the lead, and the A's had a 2-0 lead earlier through 5 innings, and then the 3-run home run makes a huge difference. A 5-run versus a 2-run, because right now with the 2-run lead, hitters up is the tying run in Geyer, but off-speed pitch that Cabrera able to reach out, pull, but down 5, not going to test the arm of the Gold Glover in right field.
Geyer swings at the first pitch, pops it foul, just past the Rays dugout. Geyer's 0 for 2. In the series, he's 3 for 8. And there's the ball hit hard past Simeon. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Rays here in the 7th.
Just out of the reach as the one that Cabrera hit. Same for Geyer. As Simeon playing him more to pull, ball up the middle.
So here's Bobby Wilson, 32 pitches for Dan Otero. He's now given up 3 hits. Pitch to Bobby Wilson, down and away. Wilson, the 9th place hitter. Kiermaier would be next, but Otero wants to end it right here. A lot of moving around now out in the A's bullpen. Fernando Rodriguez gets up again for the A's. 2-0. So Rodriguez was up last inning. He's up again this inning.
Alcione get the first 2 out, 2 ground ball outs on the left and right side. And single and follow behind Wilson. Fortunately, he was taking that one. Pretty good fastball, good movement.
Swing and a miss. Good sinking fastball right at 89 miles an hour. Well spotted by Otero.
Well, the movement that Bobby Wilson has seen today, there it is. Sonny Gray did the same thing for part of a strikeout in his first at bat, 3-pitch strikeout.
Little pop up to Simeon, who's right there. He grabs it. Otero gets out of the jam. A couple of runners stranded by the Rays. We're moving to the 8th inning, 6-0 Athletics.
through Sunday, May 31st. That's next Thursday through Sunday. Great seats are still available, but don't wait. Get your tickets now at athletics.com/tickets or by calling 877-493-BALL. And, of course, the 28th is the first game of that series, and Stephen Vogt. You'll be able to, well, if you haven't seen his referee, well, show that here. That was outstanding. A lot of fun to watch.
Oh, it's one of the funniest things we've ever seen.
Man, exactly. A lot of talent, Stephen Vogt. Rick Vaughn, who is director of communications for the Rays, said that they were walking and there's somebody in their front office and just the spur of moment, and they said, "Hey, Vody, do so-and-so." Boom. He started 45 seconds, just did it. So he's a very talented person, as is Preston Gilman, who was recalled from AAA as Romero pitched 3 innings yesterday, and he did his job to save the bullpen after the A's had taken the lead. He did walk 5 and sent back to AAA, where Gilman came come.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. So Frieri goes 1 inning, gives up the home run to Reddick. Joe West taking charge again.
Smiles in the dugout, so it must have been not too serious.
1-2 now out of Max Muncy. Gilmet, the pitcher, has been in the big leagues with the Indians for just a bit in 2013 and with the Orioles for 10 games last year. Flip to first, and Muncy is retired. So Longoria throws out Muncy, and we just can't get enough of Stephen Vogt. Let's listen in.
From here, I can go charge, I can go block, and I can go straight up in the air. Yeah. 3, 2, 3. Player out of control. Out of bounds. Bring
The last one's the best. The over and back call.
But Johnny Gomes, just listening and watching Johnny, and wherever you, Johnny, are I know with the Braves, but it was his idea to bring him out, and that is the bobblehead you will be receiving next Thursday in that outfit that Stephen Vogt had on. That is something you never get tired of watching.
Well, there's a lot more to it as well. That was just a small part of what was about a 5-minute routine. 1-1 to Canna, who had a big 3-run homer in the 6th inning. Hit a line drive just over the wall in left field. So 1-2 to Canna. Sogard to follow here in the 8th. Fastball is high. Red Sox leading the Angels 3-1. Game headed to the bottom of the 7th at Fenway. Line drive down the left field line, and that's headed for the corner. Butler picks it up, and Canna has a double. So Mark Canna is 2 for 3 today.
Well, it must be feeling bad. Otherwise, he wants to be sick all the time because he's been fighting the bug that a lot of players have been fighting. 3-run home run, and then pulls the hands in and pulls the ball down the corner for the double, and that is a 1-out double. You know, as a rookie, Rule 5, he has to stay with the club or be offered back to Miami if the A's decided, but I think they're going to keep him, and you're going to have your ups and downs as a rookie player regardless of your status.
So Sogard steps in, takes a first pitch strike. Sogard a strikeout, a fly ball to center, and a walk. Coco Crisp on the disabled list, and Ike Davis on the disabled list. Those are 2 of the positions, left field and first base, that Canna plays. So he, along with Max Muncy, getting some valuable playing time, both young players. Right to the shortstop Cabrera, who flips it to first. Sogard is retired. So 2 outs now with Ken at third.
Left fielder, Sam Fold.
So Sam Fold will hit. Sam Fold is struck out twice and hit into a double play. Fold takes a first pitch strike. So Fold is 2 for 12 in the series. He's had a big hit and he's played terrific defense. So there's been a lot more to the series for him than the fact that he's only 2 for 12.
I think he recognizes that if he doesn't do it with the bat, then he can always do it with the glove. And that's having a position that's very important. And in this series, he was. You throw out base runners, especially one at the plate, as he did. Actually 3 assists in the last couple of games. So good job by Sam Fold. And as long as he continues to play, the average is going to start to rise.
High fastball.
Big one yesterday, and on this road trip, Towers Hill in center field in Houston. And yesterday, of course, he is very familiar with this left field, having played here quite a bit. But just on that long glove, outfielders are fortunate to be able to use those gloves.
So Fold swings and misses, and the side is retired in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Rodriguez coming in. 6-0 A's lead.
Winning number
This game summary, it's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 6-7-0 for the A's, 0-7-1 for the Rays, and for the Athletics, some home runs. Really Burns, the first pitch of the game, home run. How about that? Rasmo was knocked out. Sonny Gray goes 5 innings. He was hit in the side of the leg, actually down near the ankle area. So he came out of the game. Mike Selleck just came over and told us that they did take some x-rays and the x-rays were negative, so Sonny Gray is fine. That is the reason why he came out after 5 innings. Got it right above the right ankle on the side of the leg. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. So Fernando Rodriguez comes in. Rodriguez trying to keep the shutout going. First pitch to Kiermaier is a bit high. Leadoff man. Butler to follow, and then Longoria here in the 8th. Dan Otero goes 2 innings, gives up 3 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. So he bounces back from a tough outing in Houston. Gets 3 days off and pitches well today. 1-1 pitch. Good fastball swing and a miss. Setting up outside, and the pitch is a fastball high. Kiermaier had a base hit in the very first inning. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 94 miles an hour from Rodriguez with quite a bit of movement.
You know, a lot of times when you bring guys out of the bullpen, you think, well, let's bring this guy in. But if you think of Otero and the way he throws, and then Rodriguez, you have totally two different opposite pitchers. One throws very hard, straight fastball on Rodriguez. The other Otero, a lot of movement on his pitches. Both very good at what they do, but different styles. And I think that helps a pitcher and a bullpen. Does not particularly help hitters whenever they have to face different types of pitchers.
And maybe one of the big differences in baseball in the last 30 years, maybe. Bullpens.
Oh. Kevin Cash talked about it all weekend, the importance of the bullpen. Did well for him in the first two games, but had to bring up other relievers as they're still trying to score a run. Did not yesterday, and A's have shut him out first 7 innings today.
It may be tougher around here now than it was, like I said, 30 years ago. Seems like everybody's got a bunch of guys coming out of the bullpen that throw hard. Burns dives, you can't get it. Butler hustling for second. He's in there with a head first slide.
Burns ran a long way. Ran a long way to get it, but it looked like the ball just kept slicing and kind of drifted. He did not think, look where he's playing and where the ball was hit. It was his ball. See him slow down and then go after it. If he continues, he probably doesn't have to leave his feet. And maybe he lost it momentarily. And then went down, and at that point, whenever he tried to look at his glove, I don't know if they ever saw it. Maybe looking at Reddick also, but Reddick was not going to be close enough. He was going to back up, and he was, and made it a close play at second.
But I think it's a ball that I think Reddick could have probably caught it as well. It goes as a double for Butler. First pitch to Longoria, fouled to the backstop. Longoria is 1 for 3 today and a base hit in the 4th inning. He's also hit a fly ball to center field and a fly ball to right field. Longoria with a bit of a unique stance, very upright, slightly open. Almost looks like he's just kind of standing there.
He's never changed his whole career. Played his 1,000th game on Thursday, all with the Rays, and he'll stay in the Rays and retire with the Rays.
So now the count 2-1. With James Loney waiting in the on-deck circle. So that double by Butler was hit number 8 for the Rays. Rays have actually out-hit the A's 8-7. The A's have used the long ball today. Keeping the ball away from Longoria.
That last shot was a good one because you can tell the distance between the catcher set up and home plate. And that's what we talk about, where see how far Stephen Vogt is back, and you see a ball cross the plate and where he catches it. Not necessarily where he catches it determines if it's a strike or not. This shot is much different than what we just showed.
Well, that shot that we showed you before, that's at least 3 feet.
Absolutely.
From the front of home plate.
Right. And that's why the umpires, and a lot of times the catcher looks like you're taking it out of the strike zone, but the umpires, the good ones, and they're all good or they wouldn't be here, watch it where it crosses the plate, not where the catcher catches it.
3-2 pitch is low, so Longoria walks.
With the Reds' first walk of the game, Bobby donates $250.
Well, know it all with Sportsnet Central. It's coming up this evening at 6 and 10:30, and it's on our sister station, Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. All of our highlights from this game. And the Warriors with the latest from Houston, where they're getting set for Game 4 of their series. And a big day in motorsports. Monaco Grand Prix, Indy 500, and the Coca-Cola 600. That's NASCAR race. So Fallon Smith and Henry Wolford will host a very busy day in sports. So 2 on, 1 out for Loney. That walk to Longoria was the first walk issued by an A's pitcher in this ball game. So up steps Loney. Loney had a base hit back in the first inning. And the first pitch from Rodriguez is high.
Now Fernando getting under his pitches and pushing the ball instead of on top and driving the ball down. He's kind of in between a couple of pitches to Longoria, down and away from the right-hander, and that's on Loney underneath and elevating the fastball.
That one missed inside, so now it's 2-0. So Scribner starts to throw. Pitch to Loney. Got a fastball, fouled it straight back. So Rodriguez himself in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the 8th. Foul back again. So a couple of fastballs. Pretty well located, put it down to Loney.
And the nice thing about having a 6-0 lead, Fernando could concentrate on the hitter, not worry about the runner in second running. And that is Butler, who is there with 1 out, Longoria at first. But Rodriguez pretty much just getting the sign, the target, and at least up to this point had just looked in, thrown the ball.
Butler and Longoria are your runners. 2-2 pitch, fouled again. This one down the left field line, little ways. 19 pitches for Rodriguez. He's got just 1 out here in the 8th inning. And that one just missed. Joe West didn't want to call it.
No, he didn't, and he's looking right there, and evidently just enough off the plate that he wouldn't ring him up.
Three-two pitch, here it is, and it's lined to left, and that's a hit. And Butler will go to third, stop there, so everybody moves up. So Loney with a pretty good at-bat. Now the bases are loaded. So after Kiermaier struck out, a double, a walk, and a single.
Well, he just goes that way, and that's the type of hitter James Loney has been throughout his career. Not surprised to see the pitch go in that direction.
So we're going to have a pitching change. So Rodriguez gets 1 out, but he leaves with the bases loaded, and Scribner's coming in.
is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
So the Rays making some noise here in the bottom of the 8th. A's are winning 6-0. So with the bases loaded and one out, Logan Forsythe will come in, and he's going to face Scribner. Third game in a row that Scribner has pitched. He threw 14 pitches on Friday. He threw 19 pitches yesterday. And comes in a tough spot here today.
Well, the 2 innings yesterday and then back today, you thought maybe he'd get the afternoon off. And if Sonny Gray had not been hit, had to leave after 5, he might have had the afternoon off, especially with the lead. But back in the fire again.
First pitch to Forsythe, outside corner for a strike.
He'll sleep well on the plane and then probably sleep in tomorrow. No, they don't sleep in. They'll be out early, but I would think he may have the afternoon off tomorrow. But right now, try to get the A's back in the dugout.
And there's a base hit center field. One run's going to score. They're going to wave home Longoria. He will score. And the Rays are on the board. It's now 6-2. And a soft line drive to center field.
That is a cut fastball, too, that Scribner likes to throw after a first pitch fastball. Went to the cutter. And Forsythe just right there. It's cut right at the end, off the end of bat. Not really hit sharply, but enough of a cut that he stayed on it. And so Tyler Clippard is going to start to loosen for the A's. And not surprised. Again, got some work in yesterday. But today, a little bit more seriously. The 7th inning had been a problem for the A's, but this is the 8th. Unfortunately, have a 6-0 lead starting the end.
So here's DeJesus. Loney at second, Forsythe at first, and DeJesus takes a strike. A couple of ground outs and a fly out to left field for DeJesus. So the Rays trying to make this interesting. And that one's hit toward Reddick, and Reddick makes the catch. A line drive, but Reddick played it well, and that's the second out.
Well, it's a hanging curveball. Unfortunately, a curveball that was caught after hit hard by DeJesus. And Josh Reddick, who added a solo home run himself, does a good job catching this ball. A little bit off the end of the bat by DeJesus. And Josh Reddick, who made a couple of nice running plays into the corner, basket catch. This one, and there's the nice thing there about Loney not able to go to third on the base hit to center. Stays at second, and probably would have scored him, but still 6-2.
So Nick Franklin's going to pinch hit for Asdrubal Cabrera. And the first pitch, a breaking ball low. Franklin on the disabled list for a good chunk of this season, but back now. He's got 2 hits and 13 at bats so far. This is the 6th game that he has appeared in. Spot down around the knees for a strike from Scribner. So Brandon Gomes starts to throw in the Rays bullpen. Runners both take off. Throw to third is not in time. Wow. A double steal. How about that?
Well, you know what that is, Con? That's not paying attention. And Kevin Cash being very aggressive, down 4 runs, but after Scribner looked and then looked towards the plate, that's when they both took off. So if he had had a double look, he would have gotten Loney. But that enabled him to get the big jump. And Stephen Vogt, there's no chance to throw him out and trying to get the lead runner, who is the slowest of the two.
And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Scribner gets the big strikeout, but a couple of runs for the Rays. So we're going to the 9th. It's now the A's 6 and the Rays 2.
what you're going to get next Thursday, May 28th, against the New York Yankees. 15,000 fans will receive the one-of-a-kind Stephen Vogt referee bobblehead driven by Chevrolet, which features audio of his referee calls that we heard earlier and the famous fan chant that you just heard. If you believe in Stephen Vogt, get your tickets now by calling 877-493-BALL or visit athletics.com/tickets.
So we've reached the ninth inning. A's with a 6-2 lead. Preston Guillemette is back out there for his second inning. So it'll be Burns, Semien, and Reddick.
All of a sudden, he's taking all these pitches. I don't know what's wrong with Dylan Burns.
He's seen 2 pitches.
I know.
He's working the count. And now 1-2 is the count. Blue Jays leading the Mariners 8-2, bottom of the 8th inning. Game got blown open in the bottom of the 7th when Toronto scored 4 times.
It's good to see they're playing in Cleveland with the Reds. Are hosting the Reds in interleague play. That's kind of the north-south Ohio, but some turmoil happening in Cleveland, and so good that they're playing the game. I think the Cavs play tonight. I think they have a game 6 o'clock.
They do play tonight, yeah.
Is it in Cleveland?
It is in Cleveland. That's a good call, Ray. Eastern Conference Finals. Warriors with a big win last night in Houston. Franklin backhands, throws quickly, and it's not in time, and Burns has his 3rd hit.
It's almost like he was coasting, and to the point that Kevin Cash is out on the warning track. And Billy Burns has tremendous speed, and maybe he thought this was going to be easy, but it's not Cabrera, whose arm is not as strong as Franklin. And getting down the line, but he did keep his foot on the bag, did Aloni. And they're going to wait and see. Hold him safe. See, and they're going to let him be safe with an opposite field base hit.
So Burns is 3 for 5 today. 5 hits total in the series for Burns. Well, he's had a nice job. Came into the game hitting .289. Should be up over 300 now with the 3 hits. Astros have taken the lead over the Tigers, 9-7, going to the 8th inning. Astros with 4 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Burns runs, and Semien rolls it foul. I think that's just one of those spots, Ray. You've got to let the guy steal the bat.
Yeah, exactly. First pitch to Semien, and you're right, exactly. And got a great jump. Probably we're not thinking he's going to be running. So maybe lesson learned that does it again, he'll take it.
So 0-1 the count. Semien 0 for 4.
Clifford ready to come in as he is ready. It just depends what happens this inning. So Arnold Leon has joined him.
Burns runs. And the pitch is a ball. Throw to second base. Not in time. Another stolen base for Burns. So pitch was a ball. 1-1 the count. 7th steal of the year for Burns.
Back-to-back attempts and got the big jump and looked back initially. I mean, Wilson, a good strong throw. It did hop a little bit. And that's one thing Billy Burns, I think, needs to recognize more and more. And I think he will. That with his speed, it changes everything. Continue to say that. And, you know, last night we saw Semien actually was thrown out.
One fastball, swing and miss. I just think when you have speed like Burns, you have to push the envelope as much as you possibly can. I'm not saying be reckless. I'm just saying
well, that's a tremendous.
You're going to be successful most of the time.
The influence that Ricky Henderson's going to have and has had on Billy Burns, starting in spring training and, you know, really sitting him down and talking to him. So much about Semien at shortstop, but also Ricky with Billy Burns, because that speed is something that it really never goes into slump. I know you have to get on base, but once you do get on, which he has done a very good job of that, just let it go and utilize the speed. Everybody that can't run would love to have the speed.
He's got plenty to go around. 3-2 to Semien. And the pitch is like a breaking ball, and it stays high. 2 out, nobody out for Reddick.
Right fielder, Josh Reddick.
So that is 6 walks issued today by the Rays.
Think about is thinking, I've got it for the rest of the game, so try to get outs instead of just laying a fastball in, increasing his ERA. They do have a night game tomorrow, so they have all day tomorrow and decide what they're going to do. But you notice, fortunately for the A's, the last 2 games, the main bullpen guys have not come in.
Hit well to left. Butler's back. He's got it. And Burns tags up, and he's going to go to third, and that's good base running by Billy Burns. Very heads up. He didn't stray too far away from second base, and when he realized Butler was going to catch it, he hustled back, tagged up, and went to third.
Well, Marcus Semien probably a little bit upset, but bottom line, you don't know for sure that's what Billy Burns is going to do. He went halfway, had the speed and the time to get back. All the while, the throw went into second base. They want to keep the double play in order. So Burns saw that it was going to be caught and then takes off. Smart play by the outfielder and Butler getting it back in. You never want to try to throw out a runner at third who has that kind of speed. And let the runner, the trailing runner, get safely into second.
First pitch to Vogt is outside. So an opportunity for Vogt. He's walked twice, reached down an air, and hit a sacrifice fly. So technically, he's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and scored on the Canna home run in the 6th. Red Sox leading the Angels 3-1, bottom of the 8th now at Fenway. That's the rubber game of that series. Angels will head home after that. They're going to host the San Diego Padres Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So the Angels will get some interleague. A mini shift on for Vogt. Franklin, the shortstop, playing near second base. The 1-1 pitch is hit down the left field line. It's a long run for Butler, and it drops just foul near the A's bullpen.
I was hoping he would catch it, but then realized glad he didn't, because Marcus Semien was rounding second. And if he caught the ball, Burns is going to score, but the throw might have come back in and doubled Semien off, but that was not the case. He kept slicing away from Butler.
Vogt sac fly got him his 32nd RBI of the year. Trying to pick up another ribby. And that one's hit hard to right. Geyer's on the move to his left. He's got it, but Burns tags up. Burns is in to score. So another good at bat for Vogt. His 2nd sac fly in the game. Give him 33 RBIs on the year, and the A's lead 7-2.
Really, that's textbook baseball. That is outstanding baseball for the Athletics. And Burns getting on, stealing, going to third on a fly ball after he went halfway. And this is huge because he's at third with the ball being caught by Geyer. No chance to throw out Burns. And Semien at first. So Vogt does it again. A couple of runs batted in. He's catching a good game. All things very good for Stephen Vogt.
So 2 outs for Butler, but that's a good point. It's just a good, solid, fundamental inning by the A's.
Well, that's how the A's get back and try to get to 500. As Arnold Leone right-hander who rejoined the club. He's pitched in this series.
Butler shoots one down the right field line, foul. So 0-2 to Butler. 1 for 2 today. He's been on base 3 times. Ooh, that crouch stance. Good take there. Gilmet, 37 pitches out of the bullpen, so he's really saving the Rays bullpen again in this game, like the young left-hander did in yesterday's game. And Butler chases out of the strike zone. You don't see Billy do that very often. But another run for the A's. A little insurance. Bottom of the ninth coming up. It's the A's 7, the Rays 2.
May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Here's today's Honda player of the game, and it is Mark Canha. The A's had a 2-0 lead, hanging breaking ball from Ramirez, and Mark Canha, his first 3-run home run, a big one, giving the A's a 5-0 lead. And for Mark Canha, a very good swing on a breaking ball, his 6th home run. First in about 3 weeks, but he's been so sick he's going back to the hotel. So I think we can cut him some slack, but a big hit today. Big 3-run home run to help the A's and really give Sonny Gray a chance to get in and get some treatment after that 3-run home run. So Arnold Leon will try to finish it for the Athletics.
When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. So 4th appearance for Arnold Leon. He'll face Geyer, Wilson, and Kiermaier. Geyer takes a big rip at the first pitch. Andy Perino comes in at third base. So Muncy out, Perino in. A little bit outside. Leon to Geyer. Geyer's 1 for 3. Singled in the 7th. It's that one towards Sogard. Sogard to his left, scoops it up, and that's the first out here in the 9th inning.
See how he kept his feet that time?
Yes, he did. He was not going to go down twice. It's a final. The Blue Jays beat the Mariners 8-2. Sanchez the winner, Walker the loser. Juan Walker continues to struggle for the Mariners. He's now 1-5 with a 7.33 ERA. So coming up for the A's, the Detroit Tigers. And here's your matchups. Shane Green and Jesse Hahn tomorrow. David Price and Jesse Chavez on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, Alfredo Simon is going to take the mound. One of the new guys for the Tigers. And he'll be opposed by Scott Kazmir. So there's your pitching matchups for that upcoming series against the Tigers. Our first look at Detroit this year.
It's amazing that within about 10 days, they'll see the Tigers home or away and be done.
That's it.
I mean, it's kind of the weirdness of the schedule a little bit, but that is the way it is.
The A's will play the Tigers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then next week they'll be in Detroit Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's it for the A's and the Tigers. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Wilson strikes out. 2 away here in the ninth.
Nice to see the skipper with a smile. That's always nice. He got a comfortable lead with a high fastball that Wilson chased. The A's trying to finish it off and win their second consecutive game.
For the second time this year.
Yeah. And really, 3-4 road trip, if they can hang on, is not that bad by the consideration of where they were entering yesterday's play, as they were 1-4. Playing a very good hot team.
A's have not made an error today. This one hit high and foul, and it'll be back into the spectators. So 0-2. Leon ahead of Kiermaier. So the game tomorrow is a nationally televised game. So it will not be televised by Comcast Sportsnet California. We'll be back Tuesday. Leon trying to wrap it up. Again hit high and foul. Down the left field line. Sam Fold gives chase. Kiermaier is 1 for 4. Had a base hit in the very first inning. So the A's looking for win number 16 on the year. Leon kicks the 1-2 pitch, is slider outside.
Well, to see a hitter fouling pitches down the left side with fastballs away, you're tempted to try to go inside, maybe sneak one in if he's protecting with a couple of strikes. Maybe won't be looking for a fastball. They're going to stay away and maybe a breaking ball. Fastball.
And it's a high fastball, and that's the ball game. So the A's come back, win the final 2 games of this series, and somewhat salvage the road trip. As Ray said, it's a 3-4 trip. The A's will now head home to take on the Tigers and the Yankees. So Billy Burns, the hero today, he homered on the first pitch of the game. He had 3 hits, he had 3 runs scored, and he was good this afternoon. Final score, the Athletics 7, the Rays 2. You've been watching Oakland A's baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California. Don't go away. A's postgame live with Brody and Vic starts right now.